we're recording. Hi guys, it's Jillian here, and today I wanted to answer a question that I've been asked all the time, and that is, how on earth do you work full-time from home in a job that requires to not see what is actually going on behind the scenes? I have 3 children, if you didn't know. Claire, at the time of this recording, is 11 months old, and I have Michaela, who is 5, and Lily, who's 9. And I've got a dog too, who can, have a dog and a husband who can be a handful too. So the question that I always get here is, how do I teach full-time when I've got kids? Or maybe one of the teachers that I'm mentoring is pregnant, and they're like, how am I going to do this once I have a baby? So I kind of wanted to just give you like a run through of how I work my schedule and how I'm able to do this with a baby who is breastfeeding. So she is a nursing baby too. And if you're a mom already, you already might know that can be a handful, but there are ways that you can kind of, do it. There's still ways you can do it. So the first thing that I do is if I'm teaching at 8 o'clock at night, and I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so right now 8 o'clock at night would be 8 o'clock in the morning Beijing time. So I'm teaching at 8 o'clock at night. That means that I have to have dinner, baths, and everybody fed, everybody bathed, everybody in bed by 7:45. Yes, sometimes it's a rush, okay? On the weekends, I will let my older kids stay up later, and I'll put them in bed like in between classes or whatever. But on the weekdays or on school days, they have to be in bed before I start classes. And it's okay, because that's totally an acceptable schedule for a kid to go to bed at 8, and not a big deal. Sometimes I'll say okay, you can go to bed at 8 or go to bed at 7:45. I'll teach my 25-minute class. I'll go in and check on them at 8:26 or 8:27, whenever I get out, rush in there. I'm like, okay, you're done reading, it's time for bed kisses, whatever, and I'll get them into bed. That's if I'm teaching, the full schedule. I can, read them a book before I let them do their own independent reading in bed too. Yeah. The biggest thing though is the little one, because I can tell my 9-year-old, okay, go to bed. And she'll go to bed. Say hi. Hi. Yeah, she's saying hi to you. But this one, when this tummy's hungry, and there's nothing that's coming, there's no way around it. It's either she's fed or she's screaming. When she needs a diaper change, same thing. She's either got a clean diaper or she's screaming, because that's how babies communicate. Yes, and I can't tell her, okay, go to the bathroom, because it just can't happen. So what I do is I try to make sure that she stays up until 7 o'clock. This is beneficial to me because that way she doesn't wake up super early. So I kind of manipulate her schedule around my work schedule. So, okay, bedtime at 7 o'clock. I will try to tire her out. I will try to keep her up that late. I will entertain her. We'll do things. And then at 7 o'clock, I feed her, I change her, I bathe her, read her a book, get her in bed. My class is starting at 8 o'clock. Do I always work at 8 o'clock at night? Most school days in China? No, I don't. I might have a class or two, but most school days. This is just like a Friday and Saturday night thing where I'm working at 8 o'clock. Except for during the summer, it was different, obviously, because the kids didn't have school. Yes! So now I have a baby that does not sleep through the night, okay? She's 11 months old and she does not sleep through the night. And my schedule might be a little crazy for you. I do work a lot. So my schedule might be a little crazy for you. This works for me. So I teach until however long I teach. At midnight, I will wake her up and feed her. Whether she's, I'll wake her up and feed her and change her at midnight. And then if I start classes at 5 o'clock, I will wake up at 4 and I will feed her and change her and put her back into bed. Now she's good because she's still tired, so she's going to go back to bed. She's good. So then what I will do is I will work from like 5 until normally like 10:30, and I try to schedule a break in there without a class. So maybe like 9 or 9:30, I'll have an open slot that I do not let book for every day. And in that open slot, does that taste good? That open 30-minute slot is the time that I have to, yes, wake her up, feed her, and change her. And I can either put her back in her bed, or I can put her in her playpen. And I try to do this at like 9:30, because if that 9:30 slot is not booked, that means I only have like 1 or 2 more classes, so she can just, she can just play in her playpen or in her bed. Now, there have been times where it's been a little crazy. There have been times where my baby does not want to be in her playpen. And so what I have done on a few occasions is I've brought she loves my props. I've brought the high chair over, and she's not like a screaming, yelling baby, so it hasn't been a problem. But I brought the high chair over and put toys here. And as I'm teaching and she's throwing props, I kind of just have all my props out in front of me, and I kind of just nonchalantly, give her props while we're, you can't see this on the camera, but I'm over here going, "Hi, my name is Teacher Jill." Give her a prop. "What's your name?" Give her a prop. Afterwards, I have a big mess to clean up. That's like a worst case scenario, throw some Cheerios on her high chair, some toys, and then have a big mess to clean up afterwards. You're also I'm going to be honest, you're going to get really, really, really good at learning how to do a lot of stuff in a 5-minute period. So one of the things that I've done is like, okay, so now she's waking up at a time that I don't want her to wake up. It happens. Like, I put her on a schedule, and for the most part it works, but it doesn't always work. So sometimes she'll wake up when I don't want her to. That's a quick 3-minute like rush feed. So I'll go in there, get her up, feed her really quick for like 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'm back in front of the camera. Get her back in bed, back in front of the camera. She's okay. The thing is this going to work for everybody? Is this going to work for every baby? No. But you can manipulate it. And if you have a helping hand at home, take that helping hand. This is a job. This is like a legitimate job. And there's no reason to not ask for help. If your husband is there, if your wife is there, if you have an older kid that can help out, maybe you've got a teenage daughter or something, maybe you've got a family member that lives close by, or a friend or a neighbor in the apartments. Like, there's no reason why you can't ask for help if it is available. When you first start doing this, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to it and figuring out what schedule works for you and your baby. And maybe your baby won't be as cooperative, and maybe you won't be able to work as many classes as I do. But the thing is you don't know until you try. And take it slow and start with some classes. Did you want my string back? Here, you want my string? Look, ooh, she's like a cat. The thing is, you don't know until you try. Start slow, open up maybe just peak hours, and then like if something opens up, close things in between so that you can, take care of business in between classes. Yes, say yay! Yay! Or if, what are we doing? What are we doing here? And if there's a pop-up, take that pop-up in between. This is something that you can do from home, and you can make a lot of money doing it. You can make a very generous income teaching from home and doing this, and being able to stay at home with your babies. So if you have to take it slow just so that you can do this, take it slow. It's okay. She's a monster. This is my little monster. Have things changed? I mean, she's 11 months old. Was it always like this? No. When I first started, I was working for another company. I was working for 2 companies. And by the way, when I dropped that other company, my income skyrocketed when I just went to one company. But I was working for 2 companies, and in order to get the bookings that I wanted, because of the way the algorithms of the schedules work and having to split it, I was working all night. I was pulling all-nighters, and it was horrible. It was not something that I liked. So, but what I would do is, every couple hours I'd get up and, And the thing is that if this is your only job and you're a stay-at-home mom, you might be able to, sneak a nap in there when baby's napping. When baby's napping, you can take a nap. She's getting a little more ambulatory, and she doesn't want to be cooped up into a playpen. So, I have to think of different ways to entertain her. But yeah, she's just, yes. It's just very, very nice to be able to stay at home with your babies. Right, baby? Yes, and not pay, I just changed that diaper, and not pay a ton of money for daycare services. With my first child, when I had one child in daycare, I was paying $810. Yes, $810 a month, US dollars. And that's insane. That's like half your paycheck, and it was just crazy. So now I can cut out that cost, and I can spend more time with them. I can make my schedule the way I want it to. And I have a lot of fun in my job, and I can do dishes in between classes or anything else. There's no travel time. If I have doctor's appointments or holidays or we're going on vacation or anything like that, I'm able to manipulate my schedule in a way that works for me and works for my family. So it is really nice, and it's worth it. It may be a struggle at first when you first start teaching with a baby, but it's totally worth it, and you can totally figure it out. Right, Claire? Eat the monkey. So that is how I do it. If you have experience in teaching with a handful, just let me know. Oh, and my older kids. So my older kids, a lot of times, it's actually really easy on the school days. So on school days, I stop my schedule on time for my daughter to get on the bus. So I end my schedule during the bus time, and then I start back up when she gets back on the bus. So I help her get up and get ready. She's 9 years old, so she gets, she can get ready by herself. I check her, I make sure she's good. She takes a shower in the morning. I help her brush her hair. I've got that slot closed off so I can help her get on the bus and help her get ready. And it's just, it's just really good. And now that I have discovered the Instant Pot, which I know I'm kind of late on that train, but now that I've discovered the Instant Pot, it makes my days, it makes my days that I'm working classes go a lot faster, because I'm not a very good planner when it comes to meals. So I can literally take something out of the freezer, throw it in the Instant Pot, and have it ready in 30 minutes while I'm doing bedtime routines, and have, like, they take the baths, then they can eat dinner because it's ready, or whatever. Is my life hectic? Yes, it is. But what moms' lives are not hectic? I mean, yes, your life is hectic no matter what. If you're a mom, it comes with the territory. It comes with the territory. And then we eat our hands. And the monkeys. So that's all I wanted to share with you. Like, it's going to be hectic. It's going to be crazy. It's a learning curve, and you're going to learn how to juggle having a baby and having a job at home. But it's totally worth it. And now I have to change a diaper again. So I will talk to you later. Say bye. Claire, say bye. Say bye. Can we say it? Say bye-bye. Bye. We're kind of close. Actually, before I go, she learned this. Let's see if we can get her to do it. One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. I didn't say head yet. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your head. Head! 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 Doesn't always do it. But she's learning it, and I think she's so little. She's not even a year yet, and she'll do the one little finger. Just not on command when I try to do party tricks, I guess. All right. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. If you have any questions or you'd like to know more about something or whatever, just comment below. And I'm actually going to put a link to the Instant Pot that I got in the comments below. So, because I did mention it. And if you have any questions about that, it's my new favorite, like, anything in the kitchen. So, all right. Bye, guys.